Today's financial report is brought to you by Barrett Gold of North America, committed to every person going home safe and healthy every day. And now, News 10 Today continues.
We're your source for local news and weather. Channel 10, KENV in Elko. Here's the latest Skycam view, courtesy of Channel 10, KENV. Jan's a local historian, and she knows where all the cool stories are. And we are downtown at the hangout of one of the, well, America's most beloved crooners, you could say, star of movies. And this was where Bing Crosby was honorary mayor.
He was honorary mayor. He hung out a lot at the Commercial Hotel behind us. He kept a suite, I think suite being a loose term, but he did keep a suite at the Commercial. And Bing started coming here. He had an association with the Crumley family, who did own the Commercial at the time, and then owned several ranches in the North Fork Valley, starting with the PX and ending with the Lang Ranch, my husband's grandparents' ranch. And he also had one over in the Tuscarora area. Sharon Rhodes tells some great Bing Crosby stories, and he could come to Elko and he would just be one of the guys here. He wasn't sought out for his notoriety. He would go to Catholic Mass down when the Catholic Church was where the library was on Court Street, and he would just slip in the back, and of course with that voice, who wouldn't know it wasn't Bing Crosby singing? But he was part of our community. In the late 1940s, he was hunting up in Canada, and he was all disheveled and grubby as hunters appear, and he was not allowed admittance to a bar up there. So somehow the people in Elko found out about this, and they got a hold of Levi Strauss Company and had a Levi tuxedo made for Bing Crosby with the red tags that say Levi is the boutonniere. And they made, I think, total about 15 of these. Anyway, they had a big bash for Bing in June of 1951 and appointed him honorary mayor of Elko.
That must have meant so much to him, Jan.
And it was a big deal. And he also, over in the Commercial Hotel parking lot at the Hunter Theater, hosted a world premiere movie, Here Comes the Groom, and had all these movie stars, and it was a big deal. And he loved being here because he was, as I said, just one of the guys. When he was in Hollywood, he was required to wear a toupee because he was very bald. But up here, he was just another little short, bald guy. So it was no big deal. And a lot of people just have fun memories of being somewhere, and Bing would just buy drinks all in the place. And when they had the inauguration of the brand room at the Commercial, he just showed up like everybody else, and his Crosby brand is still on the wall at the brand room.
What a wonderful part of Elko history, unique and special to us, and I'm so glad that you shared it with us today, Jan.
Well, it was a lot of fun, and Bing's just one of the great, many notable people that we've had around here, and we'll have another story next week.
Celebrate Elko series here on Channel 10. The Red Cross of Northeastern Nevada was one of several emergency rescuers participating in the recent wildfire awareness event at Elko's Home Depot. Community lead volunteer Bailey Billington's urging families plan and prepare in advance for any number of emergencies.
So the Red Cross is here promoting emergency preparedness and making sure every family has their emergency plan, and especially their emergency kit. In the event of a wildfire and you have to evacuate your home, there are certain things you want to make sure that you have. You know, paperwork and medication is really important, on top of your food, water, and clothes. Anytime you have an emergency, we always want to encourage everybody to be self-sufficient for at least 72 hours. The more that you're prepared and able to take care of yourself for a little while, the better off you're going to be. And then in the event that you have to leave your home, the Red Cross is there with their shelters or evacuation centers, depending on what the situation calls for, and all services are provided free of charge and are open to anyone. There's just lots of information. The Red Cross has free apps available for your iPhones and your smartphones, so you can always check those out at redcross.org. There's just so much information that's available, and of course free of charge for everybody.
Bit more unsettled weather in our forecast today. Otherwise, we're going to return to sunshine a bit later in the week. Climbing temperatures in time for the weekend. Today, rain and 76 in Elko. Thanks so much for watching News 10. You can make us your Facebook friend for breaking news and find us online at kenvtv.com.